before starting with all our history and all our processes, I think that it's also important to point out what you said, that is that we have here today a fish of 214, 216 more or less kilos. It's not our biggest one. You know that our media goes from 150 and 250, but last year, for example, we made a record and we harvested a fish that was 680. So, but this is a really good one. So, what we have here today is a 215 kilo tuna that you will see now while you will be cutting, that it has 4 loins, 2 bellies, and then much more because we use all the parts of the head and also the bones. You will see, you will have the opportunity to try it. But this is also something really important to know about the product. And also, before starting with all the processes and the product, something that that is really important for you to know is that this kind of tuna is called bluefin tuna, and it's because of the main fin that it's blue. Because sometimes people tell us, why is it bluefin if the fins are yellow? But it's you should always focus on the main one, which is blue. It's like a fact. So let's start with the beginning of our company. Okay, as I said before, we are the 5th generation of fishermen, and what we do is only produce and sell bluefin tuna. As I said, once per year we go to the Mediterranean Sea, the Balearic Islands, more or less, for you to Mallorca and all that area. And in more or less 20 days, we catch the tuna that we need for all the year. Okay? So once we catch the tuna, we transport it to our facilities and we keep it there. For you to know, the distance between our main facilities in the sea and the area where we catch the tuna, there's like 8 hours by boat, and we could take even 20 days to transport it, because our main focus is the well-being of the product, and the product does not have any stress. This is so important because if the product, the tuna stresses, then you could feel it in the meat. So it's so important during all the process that we take care of the product to don't make it stress, and also to respect all the process in a sustainable way. So once we arrive to our facilities, 2 weeks after, more or less, in this case it will be around July, we start to sell and to harvest the tuna that we have already catch the month before. So what we do is we only feed the tuna with fish. Only with fish, sardines and mackerels, to eat and to make the product recover the fat that it has lost during all the process of swimming until the Mediterranean Sea. So, once we harvest, this is something really important. How we harvest. So, every day we go to the sea and our suits go under the water and in the head, only in the head, to ensure that it does not stress. And then we put it into the boat and we do the dejiming. This is really important because in this way the animal does not suffer. Then you can see that in the tail there is a small part that we have took off. And this is because every day, with every tuna that we catch and we harvest like 150 tunas per day. So, of every tuna, we take off this small piece and we make all the analysis to assure that the product is in perfect conditions. So the pH grade, the weight, the size, everything. With this information, what we do is we trace the product. So, from when we catch the tuna, mid-May, beginning of June, until it arrives here today, we trace all the product. So, we arrive to the main point that is together with sustainability, is traceability. Then, when we finish the presentation, I invite you to take one of these blue labels that you see here in the table. They have a QR code. If you scan this QR code, you will have all the information of the tuna that you will try. So how long was it? How big? Who is supplying it? Also, you can see the name of true or false. So when it arrives to your restaurant, you have these blue labels where you can see everything. So it's something that makes the difference because it's not easy to trace all the product. But we really do it because we think that it's really important for people when goes to a restaurant to know what is eating. And also the tuna, what has eaten before. So we have speak about traceability and let's go to the main point now. So how much do you think that it weighs, please? 35, 40. So I was saying, now you can see how it looks inside. And for us, together with traceability, I would say that our main points are traceability, sustainability, and excellence. Traceability, you know why, and I stated that we trace all the process. Excellence, because of course we have the opportunity to try the excellence of our product and the excellence of our methods. And the main point of it, for us, the most important thing is sustainability. Sustainability, but not only for the product, but for all of our processes. Indeed, last year we have become B Corp company, which is a certification that certifies sustainability in all the processes of feeding, harvesting, cattle. So we are the only tuna company in the world who have it, and this is important, and also for us to come with partners as, for example, Blue Foods that believe in what we do and in our sustainable process, of course. So, yeah, I was saying that for us it's so important the sustainability in all our processes with the blue labels, with the certifications that we have, INOR and ECOR and everything. At the end, we are now in a world that is changing every day. So it's very important to respect and to have good practices. So for me, it's like it's everything. I just want to thank you all for being here. If you have any questions, please just.
Any questions? You want to ask? Any questions? Okay, she's here, so you can ask.
How old is the age of that fish?
You mean the age? Yeah, so more or less the legal age in Europe is 4 years. So a couple of years ago we were making until 6, but now for a matter of sustainability, our main goal is to feed the market with the minimum number of species. So we wait until 10 years. So around 10 years of life. So it's like the idea is not to catch a lot of tunas, but big tunas to protect the species.
Anyone else?
If you can repeat, sorry, because we cannot this.
guys picked this tuna for today's event, how long does it take you guys to fly this particular fish?
Oh, yeah. So normally it takes like 3 days, if I'm not wrong. Since the harvest until the harvest here. In this case, I think it was harvested on last Thursday. Then we ship it on Friday. It travels all the weekend, and then it arrives here.
We usually tell supplier maybe 3 days before, at least minimum 2-3 days before the harvest, and then we tell them the range of the size that we want. How many fish do we go without the head, with the head for the show like this? And then we say usually we prefer to do the steak between 150 to 180, but sometimes in the winter time they could have 300. We have those 400, but sometimes in the summertime or something we could have 100 fish per each. So it depends. But for this one, we ask for 150 and we give the 150. Yeah.
What was the largest tuna meat?
So our record, and I think it was like a world record, was last year 684. It was 4 meters long.
No? Okay. So, yeah. Go ahead.
No. We harvest every day, 4 or 5 times per week, but we catch the tuna only once per year. So we catch the tuna, we transport it until our facilities, and then we eat it. We would consider this tuna, this is like wild maintained tuna. We don't, when we catch them, they are already big, but we do it once per year, and then we eat it all the year.
So, I think the point is, actually, this is a semi-farm, isn't it? It's like a sustainable, but because according to the ICAT, right, you are allowed to harvest certain things, certain numbers of the year, so you stick to it, you don't go over it. So you catch once a year, you bring it to your pen, and let them grow.
Once per year, when we catch them, for example, last year, the medium weight when we catch them was 150 kilos. So when we catch, for example, next week, we will finish the catching season. So then, before starting selling, all this tuna, one inspector from the ministry has to come to our facilities and verify that everything that we have is perfectly there. And then every day, when we harvest, there's an inspector that certifies that we are selling only what we are allowed to.
Yeah. Anyone else?
How large? So we have 24 nets active at the moment, and they are like between 60 and 100 meters long. Like 1,000.
Okay, I think we can continue to do a Q&A as we go, but because we are time pressing, so we're going to do the Nakauchi survey, so whoever's interested to spoon out, especially maybe third year students, you should do, is you come around and then you scoop with the, sorry we don't have a scoop with the fork today, but you scoop, maybe Felix and Roxana will guide you, but please don't eat it in double dip, okay? This is very important. You just scoop once, leave it for others, the meat, and then move on please, okay? Alright, enjoy.